Hi, I'm Cam John. I lead the product marketing team here at Houzz. I talk to contractors and builders all the time about their businesses so we can build better products. I want to talk to you today about project delivery, specifically all the ways Houzz Pro can help you stay on time and on budget while keeping your clients happy. Let's start at the top. Foundation of a tight, well-run project is an organized, detailed schedule. Setting it up can take some thought and time. What if there's a quicker way to get started? So no matter the scope of the project, you're not just tracking dates. You're managing a domino effect. If the custom millwork is delayed a couple of days, you need to know exactly where the shift happens in your draw schedule and every sub behind them. To maintain trust, you need to know how the client is informed on all the progress. So here we are in an estimate. Now, there's many different ways to get started with the schedule. You can create it from scratch, you can use a template, or what I want to show you today is how you can create it from your estimate using the power of AI. Basically just click a button. So here we are. We have an estimate for a full kitchen and dining renovation. Project is $156,000. So from the estimate, an AI will turn that into phases, items, tasks. So here you go. It's one click, get you every line item that was in your estimate, every product, every finish, and all the associated labor turned into phases and tasks. So what you see here are dependencies already laid out. Permits goes first, milestone, finalize plans and designs, surface protection. So what I want to show you is that you can start moving things around if you need to. So if, for example, say your permits and approvals, they're taking longer than expected, it's actually going to take, let's move it out even farther. It's going to take 6 days. It moves everything else behind it accordingly because it's linked by dependencies. Now, let's say you need to move an entire phase because your preliminaries is taking 3 times longer. It's now taking 9 days instead of 3. Your site preparation and demolition also needs to move out to be in the next phase in the process. So just like that, you can move phases, you can move tasks, you can do what you need to keep things online. The other thing to call out here is online versus live mode. So right now I have the schedule set up to make every change broadcast immediately and notify my team. You can also take your schedule offline, make all your changes, put it back online, and then all the notifications go out. So if you have a lot of updates to make, a lot of builders that I talk to like to take the schedule offline, do the edits, and then publish it all once again. So I will cancel that. I don't want to do that. The other things to call out are, so we're in Gantt view. If you prefer to view it as a schedule, you can see the different phases and how everything stacks up on an actual calendar, in case you need to look at where your crews are and who's overlapping. We also have a task view, so you can see it in terms of tasks, everything related to preliminaries, everything that I just showed on preliminaries, it's all here. Now I want to show you how you can assign tasks to your team. So let's say exterior wall demolition, it's going to start in a couple of days. I'm going to assign that to Paul Roche is going to do that for me. Ends before, okay, just like that. Exterior wall demolition is assigned to Paul. Ceiling and decking, I'm going to also give it to Paul. Kitchen and demo, also Paul. So just like that, you can assign out all your labor by task. Let me show you another one for framing. I'm going to give that to Leo. Same with the rough for the half bath. And then we're done with the rough. So you can assign your tasks to your sub. You can also assign tasks to your team. Same way. So obtaining permits and approvals, I'm going to give that to my head project manager, Annie. Finalizing plans and designs, I'll give it to Annie as well. Just like that. Now, what you've done is you're very quickly from an estimate creating a schedule and assigning all your labor and making sure your dates line up. So you can keep your team on track and keep your client updated. Now that you have your job schedule set up, your labor and your trades assigned, I'm going to show you how you communicate with your team. So we built a subcontractor dashboard just for this. It requires no login, and the use case that it solves is the phone calls and the text messages the night before the job kicks off, asking what address you're at. Subcontractors also call and text in the morning. So we've built them a dashboard that requires no login, project address, any files and any assets related to the project all live here as well. So this one is empty because I didn't assign those crews. I assigned Paul to the exterior wall demolition. I also assigned Leo for everything to do with framing, the rough for the half bath and the rough for the walk-in pantry. Now, again, no login access. They don't have to remember the login, reset their password, download an application. They access this in a browser in their phone. The link that you send them takes them right there. One thing we just released is the ability to have the subcontractor dashboard show up in any language or whatever language the subcontractors are most comfortable with. Here I have it in Spanish. It could also be in English, whatever the team prefers. Sometimes I hear from contractors that the field teams work in Spanish while the office team works in English. Those two use cases work just fine. Everything in for the office team stays in English, whereas what shows up in the subcontractor dashboard in this scenario will show up in Spanish. So you invite Leo and his crew. They get an email notification, and they click right in here, and they can access everything to do with the project that you've assigned to them. Again, it eliminates the I forgot my password problems, where are we going in the morning problems, and it's the only way to ensure 100% accuracy with communication. It eliminates the parallel systems. It takes the messages out of your phone and stores it all in Houzz Pro, all in one place. So all the communication between yourself and your subcontractors all lives in Houzz Pro. We also just released subcontractor chat. So your subcontractor, instead of texting you or calling you with updates from the project site, they can chat with you here, ask questions, clarify things. If they take pictures and videos of the job site, it shows up here. If you've given them access to the contract, it will be here. When you create tasks and punch list items, it assigns to them there. And then when they create daily logs, they show up here. This is a two-way video with one of our project managers for the plumbing rough. Now I'm going to show you how you can use AI to help your field teams be more productive with just their voice. This will be the end of I'll write that report when I get home. Now they can simply talk to their phone the way they would talk to Siri. They can use just their voice to create a daily log. I'm going to show you an example of that right now. It's basically an accountability shield. The daily logs, they're not just for you. They're for your insurance, for your clients. The homeowner questions a delay 6 months from now. You have a date-stamped, weather-verified record with photos to prove exactly what happened. This helps you generate the paper trail for high-stakes claims, high-stakes insurance disputes, or even disputes with your clients. Now, I also want to show you what the AI assistant in the Houzz Pro mobile app can do for project intelligence. In the field, ask the AI questions. Think of it like having a virtual project coordinator in your pocket. You can ask it questions about building permits. You can ask it questions about the job site. You can ask it questions about your project, anything to do with your project or your business. Now I'm going to show you how to create tasks from that daily log that we just dictated with our voice from the field. This is how you make sure that the tasks get completed and documented. So here we are back in the desktop app. Here's the daily log that we just created with our voice. When you open it on same text, when you open it up on the desktop, you can turn the text of the daily log using AI into tasks. The AI will read the daily log and suggest tasks based on the text involved. These are exactly what I suggest. These are exactly what I put in there. Now I'm going to assign to the team before Rose Plumbing, before I actually hit let's go. Paint crew is Leo. There we go. So we've just assigned 3 tasks to 3 different tradesmen based on a voice created daily log. There we go. Now I'm going to show you what that looks like in the task list. So go over to tasks. Here's the 3 tasks that I just created. Now from here, you can add these right to the schedule. If you're going to go to an existing item, these will go into rough. Just like that, you can add it to the schedule. Let's go back to the tasks. I want to show you other ways to add tasks. Other things you can do. If you have a standard set of tasks that you create for every job, you can set them up as a template. So I've set up some tasks that I use on every job. I will notify the team when it's done. Drop those in, and you have 18 additional tasks that you can assign out for standard things you do on every job. Submit building permits, schedule the demo crews, install the rough plumbing, schedule electrical rough, all the things that you do for standard issue on every job. Make sure you don't forget anything. Now, let's look at the punch list, because this is where your final margin comes from, and you make sure that this is how you can turn jobs profitable. So let's look at a blue tape. The results of a blue tape walk. We found a few things that need to get fixed in the kitchen, the bath, and the hallway. So I will assign, this is assigned to Leo and his crew. You can attach pictures of the job site conditions, exactly how you found them. Door imperfection, paint chip over here, missing screw right there, crack in the trim, crack, and a crack in the ceiling. Now, the pictures will show Leo and his crew exactly what needs to get fixed. But the other thing that's super important, you can require a photo submission, meaning Leo and his crew, they can't complete this punch list item until they attach a file proving that they did the work. So this is how you keep your client happy and make sure that all the work gets done. Running an efficient job site, it's important, but what if you could use that as a way to deliver a top-notch customer experience as well? So you can make sure your client sees all your progress and your professionalism. So what I'm showing you here is the client dashboard that we build inside of Houzz. So what it does is it wraps up all the information so you can share it with your client. You can share as little or as much as you want with a single link for them to access whenever they want. No more late night texts or calls about project status. They can self-serve the info in a custom branded portal that makes you look professional and gives them a VIP experience. So here we have a client dashboard. Every message you send to them will be logged here. If your client prefers to communicate via SMS, you can text them. You can continue to text them as they prefer, and all the messages stay logged in here. Project updates, their contract is in here. Financial documents, estimates, and if there's change orders or invoices, it's in here as well. You're sharing the selections boards with them for their products and finishes, mood boards, 3D floor plans, task and punch list items so they know what's upcoming. You can share the schedule with them so that they know when to be out of the home, what's coming next. You can share infinite files and photos with them. I have a receipt in here, some job site conditions, some things that'll inform the blue tape walkthrough, two-way video daily log. Now, you can share as little or as much as you want. You can turn off, as you can see, you can turn off or turn on any of these widgets in here. So I haven't turned on budget, but you could if you wanted to. One thing we just released is an AI-powered weekly client summary. So once your team has put all the information into Houzz, it all shows up in the client dashboard if you wanted to. But to generate a weekly summary about your project, we are unleashing the power of AI there. So what AI is going to do is look across your entire project for the past week and summarize it for you. It'll give you a weekly progress report, current status, action items and alerts, things to look out for. Now, again, you can regenerate this if you don't like the language, or if you want to change things around, you can feel free to edit it. But what it does is it gives you a first draft that you can look through, rather than sitting in front of Houzz and looking through every document inside your project. The AI will summarize the project for you at the end of the week, and you can also attach photos, the receipt, a video walkthrough of the client check-in, is a little message for the client, some job site conditions that we discovered. You can attach as many files as you'd like. Now, once you're ready to share with your client, hit preview. This is exactly what they'll see in their custom branded client dashboard with a single login. You can deliver an amazing client experience with all the work that you and your teams are already doing. You don't have to take another step to deliver a VIP experience to them. Houzz will do it for you with your edits. Today I've shown you how Houzz Pro brings together all your job site information, schedules, daily logs, punch lists, into one simple system for you and the crew. Your field teams can use their voice to complete daily logs fast, and the client dashboard keeps homeowners informed every step of the way. These tools keep your projects on schedule and on budget, protects your profits, and it builds a stronger reputation for your business.